In this video, I will show you how to properly configure and also set up and use your mini wireless security camera. So first, in this camera, you will want to insert a micro SD memory card where we can actually store the basically footage. So also make sure to format your memory card before inserting, otherwise it might not properly work. So insert inside here and push in with your fingernail here till you hear a click. Then also we need to download the phone app for this camera. So if you still have the manual, so I suggest to look in the manual which phone app this uses, because they have actually different manufacturers for it. So for example, this one uses FTY Cam. You can also maybe scan the QR code in the manual. It often leads directly to the APK file, so if it's not on Play Store. If you can't figure out which manufacturer you have, so these are probably the most popular manufacturers for these cameras, I suggest to start with these four ones. Essentially, these are probably the most biggest one, and see which one essentially works. All these apps are available for Android and also iPhones as well. So once you download the app, we can actually turn on the camera. So also, basically as soon as you turn on the camera, it will start to record. So to do that, simply press and hold the on-off button for maybe like 2 or 3 seconds, and you see it blinks this blue. That means if it's blinking, it's also has enabled the pairing mode. So your phone should be able to find it. Also, as soon as you turn it on, it's also starting to record. So you can also kind of even use it without the phone. If you want to stop the recording, you simply turn off the camera, and that also stops the recording. So if the pairing mode doesn't work for you, you can also reset this camera by simply pressing and holding the mode button for maybe like 6 or 7 seconds. So you see the camera turns off and then turns back on and rapidly blinks like this. So you see this blue light. And then we can connect to it. So we are going to open the app for it. So again, the correct app for you can sign in with Google or create account, for example, here. Okay, so allow the notifications. So once you launch the app, it should look like this without anything there. So there are 2 different modes how to connect this camera to the phone. First, the local mode, where the camera connects directly to your phone without a Wi-Fi network, which is the most reliable and fastest and secure way, essentially, I guess. So to do that, you simply open the Wi-Fi settings on your phone. So either Android or iPhone, doesn't matter. So you see this new network will appear here. The first time you launch it, you'll ask for the password, which is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Or maybe check your manual if it's not that. Okay, so enter the passcode, and again make sure the blue light is blinking while you are doing it. And then wait for it to properly connect. So we can also allow this, and then go back to the app and refresh the app. If everything is okay, this app should automatically find already the camera since you connected to your phone. We can click cancel at this step, otherwise it will connect to the Wi-Fi network, your home Wi-Fi network, and again the connection won't be very good in my opinion. As you see, you can launch the camera then, and you see it works instantly, as you see. So for example, this is what it looks like. As you see, it's very responsive here. For example, when it comes to the quality, for the very cheap price this costs, I think it's actually surprisingly decent. So again, for this particular camera, I only paid like $1 from AliExpress. I'll leave a link where you can get it also. Also, you see, you can enable the sound recording here as well. By default, the sound is not on, so you want to enable it over here. Also, basically as soon as you turn on the camera, it's going to record in the internal memory card, but also you can record straight into the phone app as well by simply pressing the video option here. So you see it starts the video recording. Once you are satisfied, click done. We go in the album, so you see, for example, I have the video file here, and you can save it to your phone here, so in your internal storage. Also, you can take a photo here and change some even more settings here. And that's about it. So you see, very easy to use. Okay, and next also let's connect it using the IP mode, where the camera first connects to your home's internet router, and then only then the signal gets passed on your phone, or also you can literally just go somewhere away with your phone and you can remotely access this camera and view it. So to do that, so let's first disconnect this camera's own Wi-Fi, don't forget it, and connect to our home internet, so the one you're going to use or whatever you have. So let's close this up here, and we want to place again it in the pairing mode. So simply press and hold the mode button to reset the camera and place it in pairing mode. So you see it turns off, release, and it will start blink rapidly. So it's again in the pairing mode. We can open up the app again. Okay. And then simply click add device. Allow this nearby scanning, and you see if everything is okay, this camera should ultimately be detected. So you see, as long as it's blinking, that means it should be good to go. Then also another important thing is your Wi-Fi network has to run in the 2.4 GHz frequency. If you try to connect to the 5 GHz routers, it won't work. So maybe it will appear in the settings, but it will never connect properly and will never transmit the data. So again, this is kind of like old school technology here. So it runs only in 2.4 GHz Wi-Fi networks. So you can simply go to your router settings, find out how to change the frequency and drop it to the older 2.4 GHz. So again, most routers nowadays are running at the 5 or 6 GHz frequency. For example, if you are using a phone hotspot to set this up, so we can, for example, go in the connections, hotspot, and simply change the band from 5 GHz to 2.4. So again, maybe if you use your hotspot as your Wi-Fi network in your home, and then simply enter your own home Wi-Fi network password, and then simply wait till it connects. It takes sometimes up to half a minute. So if it fails connecting, I suggest to close the app, turn off the camera, restart it, and again simply enter it again. So you see it worked this time. Select the name of your where you want basically, and then you see if you launch it again, you can monitor remotely. So again, it's first now going to your home network before it lands on your phone essentially. When it comes to negatives, however, this is obviously nowhere as reliable. So for example, you see it's not as responsive, so literally like 10 times less responsive. Also when you check the data transfer speed, you see it's like literally over 10 times less. So this mode again is maybe for some remote viewing, definitely for recording video. I think it's fairly choppy here. So you see like the experience overall, on the local mode obviously it's way faster and better, so you can instantly monitor. But with this one, I mean, just for some security purpose, it's good, I guess. So for example, if you want to remotely see if someone basically enters your property here, so you can put this camera on basically in the settings. You can enable the intrusion detection mode, so basically motion detection over here. So, and once this camera, for example, detects someone has entered your house, it will alert basically on your phone, so which is absolutely awesome. So like receive notification, and obviously you'll be able to view it, who has maybe came inside your house or whatever. So I think it's good for that purpose. Also, I suggest for you to run this power bank maybe from a small, camera from a small power bank, because the battery life isn't the best on this camera. I would say like maybe only like 20 or 30 minutes. Again, it kind of depends on which manufacturer camera you have, but again, so in real life only maybe like 20 to 30 minutes maximum you can get. So I see the power draw isn't anything, so even if you get like a tiny power bank, it should last for you like multiple days even without any problems. Or you can simply like plug it in, maybe get some extension cable plugged in outlet, and then also you can use it easily without any problems. And yeah, overall I think this camera is actually pretty cool indeed, so especially for the price. By the way, also if you are looking to get one, in the description I'll include a special discount link that you can follow and get it at the moment only for $1, and that also is with free shipping. So yep, I literally purchased mine from AliExpress and I paid only $1 with free shipping for this camera. For this price, that's absolutely insane. Yeah, good luck.